Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I wanted to open today's episode with a little bit of an explanation as to why I haven't released an episode in 3 or 4 months now. So, back in September, MTF opened back up for full-time training, which means it was kind of back to busy season for a while as we got ready for Mini-O's. But at the same time, I was actually promoted to head fitness director of Millsap's training facility. The previous fitness director stepped down, and so when they left, I was asked to step up and take it on. This means I had way more responsibilities, and it was a pretty steep learning curve, but really I deeply enjoyed the process, and I feel very honored to hold this position. I've also been heavily focusing on my YouTube channel, as well as trying to be the best trainer I can be for all my professional riders, and to be honest, it just ended up being a lot on my plate. So while I adjusted to the new workload, unfortunately something kind of had to give, and that was the podcast. But now we're back, and I'll be releasing episodes on a more consistent basis, and I'm really excited to keep growing this community. I also wanted to let you guys know this podcast was actually selected by FeedSpot as one of the top 45 motocross podcasts on the internet right now. Of course, I feel very honored to be highlighted alongside so many other incredible content creators, and if you haven't checked out the list, make sure you do. I'll put the link in the show notes. All right, let's get into the episode. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Pennisi, and today I want to talk about my thoughts on whether or not you should hire a trainer or a coach. Now, I want to start today by saying that this isn't me trying to sell you. I don't have any links to a page where you can hire me. This isn't meant to be any kind of a promotional deal. All I want to do is help everyone see the value of having a trained professional sort of guide you through your training journey. I understand. I want you to know, I understand. A lot of people aren't sure if it's worth the money, or will this trainer or coach really show you anything that you don't already know? Maybe you're even intimidated to work one-on-one with a trainer, and I totally get that. However, I firmly believe that if you're serious about being the best at what you do, you need others to help point out where you can be better. So in today's podcast, I want to talk about the 4 main reasons why I strongly believe you should hire a trainer or a personal coach. Let's do it. Reason number 1, accountability. This is a big one. There are 2 main types of motivation, and those are intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is motivation that comes from internal factors, your own personal drive to be strong and fit, or to lose weight, the standards that you have for yourself, that you want to meet for yourself. Extrinsic, on the other hand, is outside factors such as other people's opinions of you, a certain competition that you want to be ready for, so on and so forth. And one powerful form of extrinsic motivation is hiring a trainer. A very kind of blunt way to put it is people need to have a healthy fear of letting someone down. Right? Think back to when you were younger and you were going through grade school. Most of you didn't try to get good grades for yourself. Heck no. You did it for your parents or for your grandparents or whoever you were concerned about letting down. Or on the flip side, maybe you were in the situation where if you didn't get good grades, you got punished for that. Either way you look at it, whether it was fear or praise, you were being held accountable to someone else, someone other than yourself. The same thing applies for training. If the only person that knows you skipped a session is you, that's a problem. Self-motivation is an incredibly important element to being successful, but even the best have their days where they end up wanting to skip or just kind of go through the motions. That's called being a human being. However, that habit left unchecked can snowball into the very thing that will keep you from reaching the top. Elite athletes are better at holding themselves accountable for themselves. Think about it. In order to be the best at what you do, you need incredible mental strength and discipline. If you have to rely on other people to create that drive every single day, you're not going to make it. You have to want it for yourself on at least some level. But that being said, even the best athletes in the world have off days and need to be pushed by someone. In times where they don't have that world-class drive, which by the way happens to everybody at some point, it helps keep you on track if you have someone to hold you accountable. Even trainers hire coaches just to keep them sharp. You need someone else who has your best interest in mind and will be there to make sure that you stay on track. And another way that hiring a trainer will help keep you accountable is the financial investment, right? If you know that you're going to lose that hard-earned money you spent for an hour of that trainer's time, you better believe you'll feel more inclined to go. This introduces a consequence, aka the reason you'll be accountable to yourself and show up. Reason number 2, they will make you a training program that is specifically designed for your needs, but also changes along with your weekly or even daily needs. But before we dig deeper into that, I'm going to give you guys a huge insider tip. All right, it's sort of an industry secret. There's this website that you can go to that has unlimited workout plans, all 100% for free. Sounds pretty good, right? I'll spell it so you can type it in as we go. Ready? G-O-O-G. You see where I'm going with this? L-E. That's right. Google can show you millions of free workouts that you can follow. So why wouldn't everyone just Google and go? The main problem is that there's almost no context to these workout plans. How in the world are you supposed to know if a plan is right for you? Literally, if you Google, I need a fitness plan, the results you get could vary from lose belly fat in 10 days following this one weird little trick, all the way to follow this plan to win the Tour de France next year, right? In a world where, and I talk about this a lot, you've probably heard me say this somewhere else, in a world where everyone has a voice, the stupid and the smart alike, it's so easy to put out content. Instagram fitness influencers are real. They exist. And you would be mind blown to know how many of those huge fitness influencers have literally zero education. They like to work out, and they happen to be attractive, and now they make a lot of money taking videos of whatever weird, head-turning workout they perform. I will say, though, this is becoming more and more known, and there are more and more accounts actually putting out solid content. We're kind of witnessing a trend. When people realized Instagram was great at communicating information to the masses, we witnessed an explosion of content and people consumed absolutely everything without thinking anything of it. Now fast forward to the last year or so, we're starting to see a transition. Those on Instagram that are most successful are starting to be the qualified professional individuals that are there to do one thing, provide value. Those are the only Instagram accounts you should be watching. Really, it all boils down to it takes a trained eye to sift through all the bullshit out there. It's everywhere. This is what trainers are good at. It's how they pay their bills. They've dedicated their lives to bettering themselves and staying up to date with current research and methodologies. It's what they're passionate about. Think about your favorite hobby. Think about what you watch YouTube videos about on a Friday night at 11 o'clock because you just can't get enough. That's how professional trainers view exercise. At the very minimum, you should at least bring the content or page you're following for your workouts and have a trained professional look at it just to give you a little bit of guidance. Ask some questions and they can give you some answers. You need a program that meets you where you're at and has your end goals in mind. A certified trainer or coach can provide that. Instagram cannot. Reason number 3, you need someone to challenge you. When I was in high school, I had my lifting regiment down. Back then, the only cool thing to do was to get big, so that was my goal, naturally. It was my first year not being part of the football team, so I needed to kind of figure out my own weight training program. Monday was always chest and arms. Tuesday would be back and shoulders. Wednesday I'd do cardio and abs. Thursday was legs. And then Friday was chest and arms again. Yikes, right? This was before I was dedicated to athletics, so bear with me. I would always have my favorite exercises, do 3 sets of 10 reps, and call it a day. Nothing crazy, Never really had any crazy results, didn't see any insane increase in size or strength. I didn't really realize how hard I had plateaued. Well, one time, my buddy, who my whole life has been stronger than me, he asked if I wanted to start lifting with him in the afternoons. And I said sure, because why not? I didn't really have a reason not to. I'd been training pretty consistently, so I thought I was going to impress him. Yeah, I couldn't have been further from impressing him. It was Monday, and he wanted to lift legs. I remember this so vividly. I was already thrown for a loop, right? Lifting legs on a Monday, I don't do that. It's chest and arms, obviously. We did barbell squats with chains, box jumps with dumbbells, barbell single leg squats to failure. All of these exercises or variations that I had literally never done before in my life. Yeah, I couldn't walk the next day. The same type of experience happened the whole rest of the week. Sunday night came around, and the only thing that I could think was, I have to find some way to get out of this. This is too intense for me. I'm uncomfortable. This isn't what I signed up for. Just give me back my regular workout routine. That's when it hit me. He was challenging me. He was elevating my game so I could get better. He made me uncomfortable so I could grow. I hadn't realized how complacent I had become with my old routine. I stuck it out for a couple more weeks, and guess what? The craziest thing happened. My weights went up. I was getting stronger. My muscles were growing slightly. I was seeing these results. And without him pushing me to get better and challenging me every single day, those results would have never happened. That's why you need someone to train you. They will push you. They will challenge you. They will make sure you achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. Reason number 4. You need someone to educate you. At the most basic level, a trainer is a teacher. Except instead of teaching you about the planets and Christopher Columbus, they educate you on all things related to strength and conditioning, and sometimes even nutrition. They should be teaching you about muscle groups, how your body functions, how to train with proper technique, when to push, when to pull it back a little bit, how much cardio should you do and why, how to listen to your body. Hiring a trainer gives you a trusted resource. You need to use that resource. Anything you've ever read on the internet about the latest training fad or nutrition documentary on Netflix, you can bring that stuff to your trainer, and if they're a good trainer, they'll do some research and help you find clarity about those subjects. Listen to me, at the end of the day, if you can't go to the gym and get through something resembling a workout without your trainer, then your trainer has failed you. Find a new trainer. Alright, so before we close it out today, let's recap really quick. I listed 4 reasons why I believe you should hire a trainer or a personal coach. Number 1, the trainer will provide accountability and keep you pushing towards your goals even when you don't feel like it. Number 2, they will make you a training plan that is specific to you and has your end goal in mind. This plan will also change as your needs change, and believe me, they will change. Your plan needs to be ready to adapt. Fitness is never linear. Number 3, hiring a trainer will challenge you. I know it sounds a little cliche, but I could not be more serious when I say that you can only grow when you get out of your comfort zone. That's your trainer's job, to get you out of that comfort zone so you can see some real results. And lastly, your trainer will educate you so that even if for some reason you needed to train on your own for a while, or the budget doesn't allow for a trainer for a month, you will still be able to make informed decisions with regards to how you train, and it won't cause your progress to come to a grinding halt. Alright guys, that's all for today. I hope you learned something or found something I said valuable. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.